Cool. Okay. So this, I believe, is game 1 of your match versus WMU. And just based off of like this timeline here, it looks like you guys lost the game, but we had some decent moments where it looked like we had some chances to turn around the game or do something, I guess, to affect the outcome. And we're going to break that down a little bit, just talk about as many things as possible, and it's going to be in video format, so that way you guys can go back and watch it. So excuse me if we're kind of hopping around from different like things, but first let's talk about how exactly that we want to play this game. So just breaking down the matchups right now. Top lane we have Cassante versus Aatrox. Aatrox receiving those buffs last season, which give him like magic damage on his passive now, makes it a little bit harder to just itemize armor into him early. This is a decent matchup for Cassante, but only because you get so incredibly tanky at Cassante and have so many like dashes and dueling potential post level 6 that it's really hard for Aatrox to keep up. But with the Cassante nerfs last patch, this champion essentially is really, really, really weak early game. You're just struggling through. Your goal as Cassante is just to farm it out, get those steel caps. You're into like 3 auto attackers, Graves, Aatrox, Varus. Steel caps is nice here. You can use your W to buffer any CC that's meaningful, like from Nautilus or whatever. That's totally fine. But our goal in top lane, we're going to just grit our teeth and bear it. Good news is you have a ganking jungler on the enemy team, Graves. If this guy's ganking, it's because you are literally griefing. He wants to just permanently clear his camps as efficiently as possible. And we also have Udyr, who is also a champion who's just really efficient at clearing, but just significantly better early game at dueling than Graves, especially right now. Mid lane, just like a neutral matchup with both really long range mages that kind of scale pretty well here. Not a whole lot happening. There's a basically 0 kill threat early from either side. At level 6, that kind of changes. The most interesting matchup here is this bot lane. This double hook, and then just the absolute blender Samira champion here. If she just goes unmolested in these team fights, we pretty much only have one guaranteed way to stop her, and that's the Nautilus, any of Nautilus's abilities. It's a little bit too hard, I think, for Azir to shuffle her or to Varus to hit his R to stop Samira working in these team fights. Is it possible? Sure, it's just not easy, right? Because their skill shots are like they require player skill. Where Nautilus, he can just look at you and you're CC'd. So in this game, what I'm thinking here is weak side top matchup early. We provide him with a little bit of safety, maybe relieve some pressure if the wave gets frozen. We can path top into bot here. Use like we have the Thresh pick, we have the Samira, like just the combos. We have Exhaust Ignite bot lane. They have Exhaust Cleanse, so we are up a combat sum. They do have Cleanse, so they can cleanse or exhaust or ignite, but depending on who we target, we should win. Udyr does beat Graves early, especially if Graves cannot move due to CC. And we can look to be playing for these early dragons. I think a big mistake that a lot of teams make is over prioritizing Grubs when you might not necessarily need to. So for example, in a game like this, if I'm thinking, okay, well, Aatrox is going to get early prio, mid lane's like a little bit of like a 50-50 matchup. We have Udyr who, you know, feels pretty good here. What is getting these early Grubs here going to get us besides just getting the Grubs? Who's going to be able to utilize the pushing power for these 3 Grubs? Or is it better to just sack those 3 Grubs, get an early dragon stacking at that 5-minute mark when they both spawn, and then look to play for the 10-minute, maybe sneak 1 Grub if we can, just to deny them 6 or 5 Grubs, maybe we get 2, and then just play for second dragon as well. I would honestly rather them have all 6 Grubs here and us be up 2 dragons than to like maybe risk it on a poor fight for Grubs when we don't really need to, especially with how we drafted this team comp. We have a lot of ways to win. So let's talk about win conditions too. Realistically, the 2 most obvious win conditions are going to be these 2 champions. They're like the primary damage dealers on the team, but they both kind of require items to get off the ground. Samira's 2-item spike here. I think she goes like Yomu's Collector right now. I think that's the build. And then Syndra, no one knows what this champion goes right now. I've seen people go Luden's Companion. I've seen people go, what is it, like Seraph's Crypt Bloom. But these are the two people on your team who you want really fed. Thresh, obviously, he's useful no matter what he has. He just hits hooks, peels, does his thing. Udyr has about 5,000 different builds right now. I think probably the best one into a team like this that's pretty low ranged. We have Aatrox, we have Graves, we have Nautilus. Obviously, you have like Azir and Varus, two champions that Udyr is probably never going to interact with, and that's okay. I like the AP Udyr build here. I think that's either like Leandri's Riftmaker or Leandri's Jack Show, especially because the enemy team does a really good job itemizing armor. Aatrox, you know, he sometimes goes Death's Dance, he sometimes goes Jack Show, he sometimes goes Plated Steel Caps. Graves just gets natural armor just from pressing his E. He gets like, I don't know, like 1 billion armor later into the game when his True Grit stacks start adding up. Nautilus, every support item gives armor. Not very many support items give magic resist, and they all end up getting a lot of HP, which means that Udyr's like R-Max full AP build, not the Bruiser AP build, really shreds here. I would like to see that, and that way Syndra can, you know, still go AP, but you have like 2 AP threats on the team, and then if the enemy really wants to start speccing into magic resist, that just makes Samira's job even easier because she loves the lethality. Obviously, like, armor stacking is a counter to lethality. Even after the lethality changes, where lethality no longer scales, it still doesn't feel great if the enemy just drops like 13 chain vests in their inventory. You're kind of feeling a little bad. So, plus it also gives Udyr a little bit of survivability here. So let's just see how the game plays out. Let's watch. Where are we going? Where are we going? Let me turn off. I don't want to see red team. Or sorry, blue team. Just a classic 5-point, which is great. We do got to be a little careful, I think, of the Nautilus early invade. Although they don't really have a lot to follow it up. Nautilus Varus, it's okay. Azir level 1, not the worst. Okay, so we have Udyr starting blue and pathing into top. I think this jungle path, it's a little grief in my opinion for 2 main reasons. One main reason is we just talked about beforehand. Kasante's a little bit weak early. If we path into top, if it's a 2v2, we still might be okay. But the reason why we'd path into top here is if the enemy had a champion who's going to maybe threaten to dive early when Kasante's really weak, and we want to, I guess, like read that dive, predict it, and then come back out and be like, okay, boom, here we are. Let's, I don't know, let's like win this fight while they're tower diving my Kasante. I would much rather either see you start red and path into bot side here. 1, so you can end up with your Samira Thresh lane, get them snowballing. And then 2, this jungle path isn't too bad. I know I just said it was kind of bad. I'm what is it? Amending my thoughts in real time as I consider more information here. So we start here and we path up into top side. We finish our full clear, right? We do Scuttle Crab, you know, 340, we reset. We go back here. By the time we recall, get back here, it's like 45-ish, question mark. That's about the time, a little bit before that is when like these camps are going to respawn. But then what happens there? We want to full clear our top side, reset, and naturally we want to go back to our bot side of the jungle because we have Gromp spawning, we have Wolf spawning, but also Dragon spawns at 5 minutes. So by kind of starting here, it makes it more natural for us to just do Dragon off of spawn. Now, is it the end of the world if we want to do Rift Grubs? No. But it's just something we need to be aware of that, okay, we're going to clear up here, clear, reset, and just go back to the same side of the jungle that our camps were already down at. So we might be wasting a little time. We're also playing away from our Samira lane. We're relying on Syndra to get Prio in a relatively even matchup. So not the end of the world, just something to be aware of. Zoom in here. Got some. I want to pay attention to bot lane a little bit. Okay. So we got level 2 first, which is great, but notice where we're at. We're in like really far away right now. The whole point of getting level 2 is so we can get some sort of tangible advantage in the lane. This doesn't necessarily mean we have to look for a hook or an engage, but we do definitely want to look for a trade or to push them off the wave a little bit so we can, you know, keep this wave alive as long as possible. fast push the next wave, and then have it bounce in time for the enemy jungler coming, right? So we got level 2, and we're just too far away to do anything, and Thresh walks up here now, but it's already over. So you get level 2 on the 3rd minion of the 2nd wave. So we're going to go back and watch that again. Okay, this is the 2nd wave. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when this minion, and this minion die, the 3rd melee, I should say, you will hit level 2. Okay, here it is. This minion's low. It's half HP. So right now what we need to be doing, walk up here. Thresh, you can be down here, I guess. You could fish for hooks, but you need to be in a more advantageous position. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They need to kill 2 more minions here to hit level 2. You only need to kill 1 more, which means that it's just better. Like, there's basically no risk here for you. Okay. And then we kind of push and ward. Another problem popping up here is, who are we against right now? It's Graves, right? What type of champion is Graves? He's a champion that enjoys full clearing. If Graves is ever ganking after 3 camps, he probably will gank around this time, which is, you know, I say 3 camp gank timers anywhere from like 225 to like 240, depending on the champion's clear speed, right? Or depending on where they started. For example, if for some reason he went like this, it's going to take him longer to walk here. Well, like, what if he goes like this? Well, now he's going to be right there much faster. But the point being, Graves is almost never going to be doing that unless he just wants to fall severely behind in tempo. You guys have the vision here. The problem here is our wave is still fucked. We have the next wave coming in. We got the ward down. But what do we want to do with this wave? We don't want to let it sit here, because we have the other important timer that's coming up here in a second, and that is the 6 camp gank timer. For those who don't know, the 6 camp gank timer is, depending on the champion, like, once again, you have champions like Karthus with like, what, a 2 minute and 56 second clear speed, and then, like, I don't know, Zed's got this 2 minutes 58 seconds. But most champions are going to clear anywhere between like 310, like 325. They're going to finish their Krugs here, and then they're going to look for something. If there's nothing, they're just going to do Scuttle Crab and then reset, right? So that timer's coming up pretty quick. So we've got to find a way to get this wave in. We're trading here, but we need to be using our abilities on the wave. Otherwise, we're just going to be overextended, and we're going to die. We got good vision here, but the vision doesn't really mean anything because we're against Nautilus, and he can just hook us, and then we're screwed. So look at this wave right here. What's going to happen? We're just autoing the wave for no reason. This is great. This is great. Just like, let the wave come out. We don't need to auto attack the wave just to auto attack the wave, dude. I understand auto attacking Asian Legend. It feels good. It's nice. Like, yeah, I'm hitting the minions. I'm doing something. But we see Graves right here, and we're so focused on autoing the minion wave that these guys are just walking up at us for free, for no reason. Like, why are they allowed to do this? Whereas you walk up, apparently you don't see the people on the ward that you put down yourself. This is why you please stop playing on lock screen. Only. Okay, genuinely not the end of the world. Like, we got both, you know, support exhaust, AD carry flash. Fortunately, when we traded a lot of our sums here. But like, why is that even happening, dude? It's because we just keep hitting the wave. But then when we need to continue to hit the wave to push it, we decided to trade on them. What you want to do here is shove the wave. You got level 2. Use your level 2 advantage to crash the wave. Let it bounce. As the wave is crashing, you can trade on them a little bit. And don't wait to, like, freeze it here before you start retaliating. When the wave is coming back into you, try and catch a trade with them, like, around here. The issue here is you want to thin the wave a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with like a very, very stacked wave and then Nautilus Varus. So it's a little bit difficult. You use your level advantage to push the wave to get some HP advantage. So when the wave comes out, now you can play fights easier. Because how is Samira, even if Thresh lands a hook here, how is Samira going to play the game? Thresh is going to land a hook. Samira's going to, what, E in, dash in, and then Nautilus is going to stun her, and then maybe hook her. She takes a tower shot. Varus has longer range, and then you guys just lose the fight. And then we're also just severely disrespecting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Plus, our jungler's top here. He's pathing away from us. We cannot just push this hard and disrespect this gank timer. I mean, it is Graves. Like, oh, Graves can't be ganking. He's not ganking. The only reason he's ganking here is because he's cleared every single camp on the map. This is the only place that he can be. Scuttle Crab did just spawn, but, like, why would he go for Scuttle Crab when there's two little silly guys over here overextending for zero reason? Sorry, I'm harping on you a little too much here. But these are just 2 kills that just didn't need to happen. I like this look. We're looking, Aatrox is overextended, but here it is. Like, Kasante's just barely struggling to hang on here. We're even in CS, though, which is great. I love to see this. And we kill him. Holy cow, that's great. And we get the wave in. So we went 1 for 1. This play would just be a net positive if we didn't die bot lane for free. Because now Resh doesn't reset, they get a tower plate, and we're just down gold for no reason. Okay. Let's look. Udyr's resetting. Kasante's resetting. Ah. And it looks like we are playing for Grubs, which is a little weird. So, here's a decision that needs to be made right here. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 minutes 25, we're deciding what's the objective we're going to take on the map. As I talked about earlier, because Udyr started bot, notice his Gromp is up right now. If he goes down bot lane, he can grab his Gromp and then just do Dragon, and then... Or you can just go straight for Dragon and then just clear bot to top again. Totally fine. If we want to take Grubs, we have to evaluate wave states. 2 things happen on the map that are basically in reverse right now. So, one is... we just crashed a fat wave top lane and killed the Aatrox. What does this mean? We crash a wave, what's going to happen? That wave is going to now bounce and slow push here. What happens when a wave bounces? Kasante is going to come back, and he's not going to be able to move to this fight because there's going to be a giant wave right here. He has to deal with this wave, otherwise he loses so much EXP. Okay, but now let's look at the inverse. Bot lane. What did Varus and Nautilus just do? They bounced a wave. What does this mean? Samira's going to come back from base. Now she's going to have a fat wave where she can bounce this wave, and now she can rotate where they can't without losing a lot. So Udyr, at this moment, has a kill. He can reset right now. He's got 1,300 gold. Udyr is strong. Graves did not get a kill. He's got less gold than Udyr. In this situation, it feels counterintuitive. Oh, we just killed topside. We should play for a topside objective. Unless you really want to go back topside, help him with the wave. Oh no, we got to help him with the wave again, and then push the wave, and then we got to rotate. Why not just go for like what's natural here? We go back bot side for our jungle camps. We take it with the wave that's bouncing bot side. Samira's back with her double longswords. Sure, Varus is going to have a better buy than double longswords, but we have a really like an Udyr who's a little fed right now. I think, in my opinion, that sounds a lot better. All right, we go topside here, and we see them. So we see Graves, we see Aatrox, and we don't see Nautilus bot side. We do see Nautilus topside, though. At this point in time, Kasante, you're in the middle of their entire team, and like, let's look at your top wave, dude. Remember that I said you crashed a wave, so there's going to be a big wave here. You are now going to lose this entire wave and potentially your life unless you flash here, just for greeting for this stupid play. If they're going to send their support here, if they're going to send their AD carry or their jungler here, their top laner here, their mid laner, looks like he's like shifting over. We have to just respect that and just say, okay, you know what? We're going to sack this, and immediately, like, Samira's already moving. Samira and Udyr could be hitting Dragon right now. Right, because look at Varus. He can't respond to this. If Udyr was on Dragon right now, with Thresh on Dragon, and Syndra pushing mid and just going to Dragon, we sack these Grubs. Kasante's collecting this whole top wave. He's happy. Even in CS right now, oh sorry, down 13 CS, but Look at this whole wave. He collects this whole wave. A wave is like 125 gold. Casante's actually up in gold into the Aatrox. If you collect this wave, just sack the grubs. It's okay. Play for this first ocean drag. This will even help Casante sustain even more through this poor early game that the champion just naturally has. And we can play for the dragon. Beautiful. Mwah. But another thing that happens here, we're neglecting the fact that another important timer happens. That's the 5-minute and 30-second timer. Why this timer is important, it's because this is when mid laners hit level 6. So watch what Azir does here, guys. This is the difference in experience between somebody who's been playing Collegiate for a long time, like Kylon is. I know Kylon. So he stays for these extra minions, which is enough to give him level 6. Watch when I click on Syndra's XP bar. Watch how close she's going to be. That's like 1-2 minions away from level 6 right there. By staying here, getting level 6, he is now infinitely more effective in these team fights. One, that we should not even be fighting in the first place. But two, like we lose this anyways, right? So Azir's level 6, but without that, we're still down numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus how many? 1, 2, 3. Because look at Samira down bot lane and look at Thresh out mid lane. Why are we even contesting this in the first place? So Casante almost dies and misses an entire. Let's see how many minions he misses. Okay, that's a wave. Wave and a half. A wave and a half worth of gold there. That's crazy. He misses a wave and a half worth of gold and has no... Oh no. Oh no. And then he misses even more. He misses the cannon minion to rotate there. Guys, big problem. Stop dying for your dumbass teammates' mistakes. If your team wants to run in here and in the middle of their team, that is not your problem. We need to call each other off of these plays. Once we see they have the numbers advantage, they have the level advantage, they have the wave advantage, it's okay to sack the objective, but we need to be able to predict that in the first place by, once again, looking at these wave states. The enemy pushed this in, which means the wave comes out. And now look at Samira. She's just standing here jerking off, doing nothing because there's nothing for her to do because she has to wait for the wave to come back into her. Meanwhile, top lane, Aatrox has first move because you guys push the wave in, which means the wave is going to bounce back out. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let's... keep going a little bit. So now Aatrox has 1 kill and is now all of a sudden up 400 gold, whereas Casante should have been up 200-ish gold. Okay, Graves gets all 3 Void Grubs here. Now Udyr is back here on the bot side of his map clearing. Good. Now, we crash the wave and we're letting it bounce out. Got a fight coming here. What's going here? Well, we got our AD carry hitting level 6 here. I like that. Good. I mean, the hook could have been a little better, obviously, but good flay on the Nautilus here. Good exhaust, good ignite. Varus waiting to cleanse for next game. So, oh my god, I think I just saw something a little. Why is this fight good, guys? I'll give you a second. This fight is good because we know where Graves is right now. And we know where Graves is right now because of what time it is in the game. So it's 7 minutes, a little after 7 minutes. What happened early game? Well, Graves ganked bot at 3:45. So what does this mean? That means Graves started blue. Because Graves started blue, it's 5 minutes after that first blue was killed. So he's going to be back on that blue side of the map if he's pathing efficiently, which is what Graves players or any type of farm junglers really like to do in order to like maximize their like gold income, is they want to just zoom like a little Roomba, just vacuuming up all their jungle camps permanently, right? So taking a fight like this is great. One, because we have Udyr on the bot side of the map, and then also remember how Udyr started bot side? He's here because this is where he started his camp at. He started blue. So if you're ever wondering where the enemy jungler's at, look where your jungler is. If your jungler's maintaining his same clear path, the enemy jungler should be at the almost the exact same stage of their clear path, unless you have champions who just clear like drastically differently, like Ivern or, you know, like Shaco or something, right? Or Fiddlesticks maybe. I should say champions of the same archetype. But I like this all in. Run problem here, and I'm going to nitpick a little much. I like the good ignite, good exhaust here. Okay. There is zero way, no way whatsoever that Varus escapes here. And Thresh just KS's this for no reason. The reason why I'm saying there's no way is because we literally watched the Varus flash under tower for us earlier. He's very close range right here. Varus is not a champion with any dashes or jumps or whatever. It has not been 5 minutes since that last kill. Varus's flash is not up yet. Just let Samira have it. I understand it's good practice to not just AFK and not like auto attack as a support, but we have to be keeping track of summoner spells. So a good way to do this, if you see somebody flash like when Varus flashes earlier, when did he flash? You guys die. At 352, so you would go flash cooldown like 352. I would say just like ADF. What's 352 plus 5 minutes? That's 850. So you type that in the chat as the support. You go Control A to highlight the message, Control C to copy the message, and then every time you need it, you're like, oh god, like when is the next, like when is their AD carries flash? Oh, you just hit Control V to paste. ADF 850. We have a minute and a half until his flash is up. We just KS this for zero reason. Is it the end of the world? No. But this guy wasn't getting out, and we just deprived our Samira of a kill here. Samira could have snowballed here. Great setup though. Good continuing to auto attack there, because that guy, notice how the situation just becomes drastically different. Where this guy's exhausted, he's ignited, and he's literally eating the Samira R. But as we continue to take this fight, Nautilus gets dangerously close to the tower. I would rather Thresh take the kill here by auto attacking and guaranteeing he get the kill, or prep it for Samira, or him living with 1 HP. So good luck here, Thresh. But in other scenarios, there's a massive difference between last hitting a kill under tower and last hitting a kill that has to walk that entire distance to get to safety. Minor thing, but tracking summoner spells, I think, comes down to it, is pretty important. So let's take a look here. Evaluate the state of the game. Udyr, also, by the way, I want to report you, brother. Okay. You're almost level 6. You have your wolf camp up. Look at this fight. You're walking down bot lane. What do you actually think you're going to be able to do to affect the outcome of this fight? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say, until Varus dies here, maybe the outcome's a little, oh no, okay, I'm being too generous. No, there's no way. Nautilus is level 4, Samira's level 6, you guys have Ignite and Exhaust, Varus is level 5, there's no way that your help is needed here. What you can be doing, though, is looking at the map while you're walking, or looking at the lane while you're walking towards it, and the second this Varus dies, you should just start hitting Dragon. Watch how much time you waste. Okay, you do your blue, which is great. Now I understand, like, maybe they're looking for a fight. Maybe you're looking for Dragon here. Totally fine. Okay, they're fighting. I'm gonna walk. Okay, from this point on, Varus is dead. You as Udyr, 720. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not going to stop counting now, because now you have to walk all the way back to where you're next going. So you were originally here when I started counting. You walked here. So now you have to walk all the way back here. Let's see how much time that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds? What is this? So 18 seconds worth of time wasted from walking down here to walking up here when you could have just already been hitting Dragon. Samira doesn't need your help to last hit a Nautilus under the tower. if for whatever reason Nautilus gets out, Varus is dead, you get the wave in, you get the dragon started. It's all about being efficient and not wasting your time because you're already almost level 6. Oh, and it looks like you're going the AD build because you have a pickaxe longsword. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that at all. Okay. Samir gets the plate and resets. This is good. A little dangerous to reset here. Hopefully Varus doesn't stop your reset. Varus stops your reset because you're resetting in the first brush. Good R, though. Really good reflexes there, Agent Legend. Unfortunately, now you lose a plate and a wave in return because you greeted your reset in the fucking first brush. It's never good to just greed. You usually want to walk at least into here or into this brush to recall. It sucks, but now, like, look. Now you lose a whole plate. Okay, what the fuck is this guy doing? Who knows? I like this roam here. There's no reason for Thresh to beat. Bot lane, good hook. You get elevation gapped here, by the way. It's so funny. You also walk away, which is a little bit weird. I don't know what you're really afraid of. You can queue in here, and then you can, if you queue in here, you hit both of these guys with a flay. Or you can just stand your ground, or even walk towards her, and you're guaranteed a further flay. Or you're guaranteed to flay her. But also, there's like elevation right here that people misrepresent. So skill shots usually need to travel like this distance. Like the distance between here to here is not the same distance between here and here. And it kind of throws a lot of people off with skill shots because this portion of the map, there's like a ramp that leads down into the river, which can affect how your skill shots play out. If you want to see a video on it, just like look up like League of Legends river elevation or something on YouTube. But good luck here. Got the Azir. You have Graves behind us. We just one-shot the Nautilus here. Okay. Good stun. Good stun. Graves should be dead on my screen. Good flay. Good flash. Graves is actually mauling. Oh my god, Graves is mauling. Beautiful. So Udyr gets the double, and he flashes out so he doesn't die to Aatrox. So Udyr is monster fed right now. 4-0 Udyr. Holy cow, this guy is fed. Good shit. Okay, Samira. Guess what's going to happen here, by the way. You are no longer in control because the enemy Varus, remember what our flash timer was? 850. He has his flash up. You do not have exhaust. The wave is under his tower. Now, sure, you have plated steel caps and serrated Dirk. That's pretty big on Samira. You're not going to take that much damage, but are you really going to tower dive this guy under his tower when he has flash and cleanse up? Maybe. Maybe if you play it perfectly. But guess what's going to happen here in about 2 seconds? I'll give you a hint. It's not going to be Nautilus. Actually, it is going to be Nautilus. That's good. We got like a little harass. But why are we up this far? We crashed a wave. Great. This means that the wave is now going to come back into us. So once we've crashed the wave, we got our little bit of harass done. It's not that much. But Varus also has Vamp Scepter. So any trades that we get right now, they're not really going to stick. Any small trades, we need to be looking for big trades. And the way to get big trades is to get them in this part of the lane. If we're not in this part of the lane, any trade that we get is going to be too small. He's just going to auto attack a minion 3 times, and then your trade's going to mean nothing, right? So we need to just chill here. You don't have any vision at all bot side. Why are we looking to engage here, guys? Like, look at this trade. This would have been a great trade if you just chilled the fuck out and waited for the wave to be here. You won the trade, but you can't commit to it any further because, oh shit, there's a tower here, but you're mindlessly hitting the wave for no reason. Another problem here is, let's look at this, dude. We get this massive, this is like what, 2.5? How many waves is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost two full waves of minions were crashing here. Samira has 800 gold. What happens if Samira resets here and runs straight to Grubs? Now we have a Samira who has, you know, Serrated Dirk and what's that, Retrix or whatever item? Sure, is it great? No. Is it better than having 800 gold in your inventory? Yes. What happens if Samira gets that and runs to Grubs right now? Varus can't rotate because look at the wave. He has to stay here for this wave. If he wants to rotate, that's fine. He can, but he has to do it after he clears these full 2 waves, and then he either walks there or he's going to have 700 gold in unspent items that Samira is going to be up. And you guys just have a team comp that just is disgusting for Samira to like execute. We have beefy frontline, whatever the fuck you're building, decently beefy frontline, CC/disengage, and then Samira. Is it the perfect Samira comp? No, but Samira feels really good, especially playing into the enemy team right now. If Samira pushes this wave and rotates the Grub here, this is a good play, especially because if we look at the drag timer, we still have 3.5 minutes until Dragon. There's no reason to be bot lane overextended here. Reset for Dragon, or for Grubs. Blech. Plus Udyr's 4-0 with 2,000 gold. Udyr needs to reset here too. He's kind of griefing his reset. But here's the other problem, right? So Thresh, you're doing the Udyr problem where you see the second you see this, are you really going to be able to walk from here to here by the time this fight resolves with your, I mean, maybe you have Moby boots, but like, let's be realistic here. Let's be 100% realistic. Look where Samira's at. Look where the wave's at. Look where Nautilus is. Are you going to cross half the map to this fight by the time the fight's over? Or, since the play is obviously Grubs, are we not just going to commit to this Grub play, leave this dumbass Samira to die because she doesn't know how to manipulate waves, and then play for the Grubs, which is possibly going to win our team the game? No, you're going to double down on the mistake, also waste a crap ton of your time. When the team play, like, look at Syndra. Syndra's here. Is she 1 item yet? No. But Udyr's resetting with 2,000 gold. What's he resetting for? Eclipse. Yikes. Okay. I don't ever think first item Eclipse is it. Let's watch where Samira dies. You still have half the lane to go. You're not even close. You went from here to here. You still have to go that same exact distance. What are you going to do? Nothing. So you wasted all your time walking down there, getting a ward. You could be looking for a hook mid. You could be looking to set up vision for Grubs. There's no reason to be here. You need to go with your team. You say, you know what? Screw it. Varus is here. Nautilus is here. I'm going to use my numbers advantage. I don't care. Like, when Samira dies right here, we've lost this wave and we've lost 1, maybe 2 tower plating. That's okay, because it now means that we're getting Grubs, because Grubs spawn here in a second. And because Grubs spawn here in a second, we're going to be able to get there first. What is us here meaningfully going to do for the outcome of, like, any, oh, like, now Thresh gets the XP. I would rather get these Grubs and get the XP. Because now we see Varus resetting. This is just such like a monumental waste of time. And because of this, we have now said that we can no longer do Grubs because Thresh is clearing wards bot. Samira went immediately bot lane instead of just sacking those waves. They didn't even get a plate. What did we really lose there? Maybe 1.5 waves of minions and our life. Well, we have a chance now. We could have rotated first to Grubs. Look at Udyr. Making an active play, trying to get a pick. But, uh-oh, what's the problem? Cassante's wave is fucked. Cassante's going to lose another 3 minion waves top lane for this play. Let's see how many minion waves. Okay. It's 1 minion wave gone. 2 minion waves gone. That's 3 minion waves gone. That's 4 minion waves gone. That's 5 minion waves gone. Somebody help me do some math here, dude. A minion wave is 125 gold without the cannon. We're not even going to factor the cannon. Times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Oh my god, dude, don't ask me to do math. Okay, we're gonna pretend like the public system didn't. Okay, 125. So that's 125 plus 25 is 250. That's 500. That's 625. Does that sound correct? 625. Why is mental math easier than me doing analog math, dude? Let me just double check that. 125 times 5. 625. Boom. That's 625 worth of gold in EXP that you've now lost. And if we look at Aatrox, he is now double your gold and up 40 CS on you. Is he playing extra better? No. You're just griefing your rotations by trying to go to fights that are not good fights because the rest of your team is not here. So let's look at this Graves fight, but actually like watch the fight. Okay. So look at this. Cassante sacking waves to be here. Syndra can't move. Well, she isn't moving because like look at her wave. Syndra's making the correct decision. She's going to shove her wave before moving. Beautiful. Sure, we killed Graves, but like, look, we have Aatrox who's going to be here first. We have Azir who's going to be here first. We have Nautilus who's here first because Nautilus pushed the wave and reset. But we walked bot. We could be here right now. If Samira is here, if Thresh is here, we had the ability to be here, but instead we just went bot lane, autopilot, grabbed the waves, died, pushed for no reason, and now we're going to lose this fight. The fuck thing is, this fight doesn't even actually lose us the game. Sure? What happens here? Who gets this kill? Oh, Aatrox gets the kill. Oh my god, the fact that Cassante almost killed Azir there is crazy. Damn, okay, we got out there. Alright. At this point, we can no longer contest the Grubs. Reason being, we have no Syndra ult. We have no Cassante TP. He's dead. We have no Cassante ult. And Samira is still bot lane. But what we do have is the ability to play for a tower dive bot lane. Because guess what their support's going to do 90% of the time, dude? Their support is going to sack their bot lane and make a play for Grubs. Because he's done it like 3 times so far this game where he's tried to go top for this Grub play. So we can literally just say, Udyr's like, you know what? All your bot camps are spawning. We make a tower dive play or like an aggressive play on this Varus. We kill him. We make a what's called a cross map play. We say, fuck it. The enemy team gets 6 Grubs, but we can accelerate our Samira here. We get her almost at, I mean, she'll get 1 full item here if she gets a kill and like some plating. Like she's going to be chilling. And then we get Dragon set up too, which is only a minute away. We should just be playing for that instead as of this moment. The Nautilus decides to come bot, which is crazy, and we just flip this fight. It's funny though that they don't even need Nautilus here because are we forgetting that Aatrox is 4-1? We give Aatrox a double kill, Aatrox a triple kill, and Aatrox a quadra kill. So at this point, this guy is disgusting. This is where we're at. Aatrox is up double Cassante's gold. Is Cassante useless? Not at all. The problem here, though, is he can no longer do anything into Aatrox. The timer for when Cassante can ever match Aatrox has now been extended until like 4+ items. If Cassante gets 4 or more items, then he can start matching Aatrox, but Aatrox is already accelerated literally an entire item up on Cassante right now. Or more. 3,000 gold, depending on what he decides to buy. So now Samira decides to rotate, which is good. Okay. Did I miss anything here?
Shut down.
Okay, wait, we're resetting here. Why are we resetting here? Can't we just immediately walk bot lane? Oh, that's okay, yeah. Because this play's over, right? Like, there's no way we make this play. We're down numbers, we're down ults, we're down levels. Oh, that's fine. Okay, I like the reset. What I don't like is you resetting for a null magic mantle and then running right back where you came from. Like that null magic mantle was the difference maker in this fight. Just run bot lane, bro. And now look at this. Oh my god, I just saw this out of the corner of my eye. We have Samira. Okay, the fight's happening. You push the wave. Great, you're doing something. You push the wave and now you're rotating. We see Nautilus, we see Varus, so we know that there's only 3 people here. Watch. We see this guy behind us. Uh-oh, it's another Udyr Thresh situation. So we're at this point, and now a decision needs to be made. Aatrox has already killed our Syndra and already killed our Udyr. And already killed the Grub. Are we actually going to be able to make a meaningful outcome on this fight if we roll up now? Or is it going to be full HP Aatrox, full HP Azir, and half HP Graves against a Samira with not even 1 item yet? But we see Varus bot lane, and we have Nautilus. Why are we not just sitting in this brush right here? We have 2 options. We can sit in this brush, cheese this Nautilus. Are we killing him? Probably not. He's got a lot of armor. Maybe we're making him burn his flash. Maybe we're making him burn his R. And then we're nowhere near close enough to like lose this fight. Or we can just push this wave really quick and like get out of here, right? Well, is walking here going to meaningfully do anything? No. So you walk in, realize, oh, wait a minute. And now Nautilus is here. Luckily, we don't die and give Aatrox a pentakill. But we gain nothing for it. So, what am I seeing again? Uh-oh. Steel caps, chain vest, cloth armor. Steel caps. Let's do a Graves armor check here. Where's Graves at? Graves, only 80 armor? Pfft, light work, dude. See how much armor he gets. 85. He's not using his E for auto resets. True grit, how much? Oh, each one gives 5 stacks. Okay. That's good. So 8 times 5 is 40. He gains 40 armor with full stacks. 8 times 5 is not 40. Am I stupid? 8 times 5 is 40. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Yeah, it is 40. I'm an idiot, dude. Hold up, dude. 5 times 8. Yeah, 8 times 5. Dude, why? Dude, my brain is just off today for math. If you ask me League of Legends questions, I got you. If you ask me basic grade school math, I'm a fucking idiot. Cool. But the problem here is we got a lot of armor on the enemy team, but we're going Eclipse, bro. Eclipse is a great item on Riven and maybe like late game Red Cane or something. Or like Bruiser's late game. You almost never rush this item, at least on Udyr, unless you're going like a fully, like a Bruiser AD build. I would much rather see you go Leandries or like Riftmaker, Jack Show here. And that way you get tanky, you start doing this damage, and now the enemy team feels really bad for itemizing plated seal caps and 1 billion armor. Because like, look, he's just going Knight's Vow here. Chain Vest, Kindle Gem, 40 armor, 20 armor. Reduce damage from attacks by 12%. More armor here for Graves. He's going to get more too as the game goes and his passive gets harder or higher. And look, we still kill them. This is beautiful. Because Samira is a disgusting champion, full Yelmoos. So we're going to push here. Why are we not going immediately Dragon? These guys are dead bot lane. We see... Oh, hold up. Sure we see. We see Azir mid. We see Aatrox top lane. Whoa, wait, hold up. Why is Cassante dead and Thresh solo top lane? Udyr, just start hitting this, bro. You got the push. We don't really need to take this tower at this exact second. You're not going to be able to take this tower with 2 minions in your minion wave. Just hit the fucking dragon, bro. Hit the fucking dragon, bro. You're not killing this guy. Hit the dragon. Are we going to wait until they respawn? We're going to wait until they respawn. This is great. Can we talk about what the fuck happened here, by the way? Okay. So this is a Cassante 2 levels down with not one completed item against almost 2 item quadra kill Aatrox. And then we think, oh, does he have max Conqueror stacks too? That'd be beautiful. No, only 4 Conqueror stacks. We think that we are killing this guy here. You guys are out of your minds. The only person that's killing this Aatrox at this moment is if Syndra or Samira is here and Cassante is not 1 HP. So you cannot 2v1 this guy unless the two are like Samira Udyr or Syndra Udyr or something. Thresh does not deal enough damage. It's too easy for Aatrox to dodge Thresh's abilities, and Cassante is just too far behind to do any meaningful damage right now. The safest bet would be to 3v1, but this is just like not a good play. We should instead be looking to get vision here, which it looks like you kind of did. You got some control wards, which is great. Because look, oh no, we almost did half of his HP bar with Ignite and all of our abilities and ult. And now we flash 2 and then we die. We give him 1 kill and we give him another kill. So we just give him 2 more kills just for fun. Not exactly ideal. Good TP. Like you caught the wave. Great. I love you catching the wave here. Good. I like this too, by the way. You've got like 1,000 gold. You crash the wave. You're going to reset. I would like to see you get plated steel caps here, though. Okay, well, okay. You got Iceborne Gauntlet, Bramble Vest. I would like to see you get steel caps and then go into some MR. Because Azir is going to start shredding your shit in these fights if you're not building any MR. So I would go Jack Show here. I would go Iceborne. I would go steel caps, and then I would build Jack Show. That'll give you more armor and more MR. Okay. Fuck, dude. So this is good, right? We crash the wave top, and then we decide, okay, are we going to walk him into this fight, or are we going to go back top? That's going to be depending on what Aatrox does. But as we talked about earlier, we crash the wave, which means the wave is going to come out. Aatrox hits this wave, clears it instantly, and now we're at this point, we have a junction, like we have a choice to make at this junction. The junction is, are we going to commit to this, or are we going to walk to this play? That answer is determined by whether Aatrox starts hitting this wave or not. He immediately starts hitting this wave, which means that you make the correct decision here of walking topside. Right? Because now you can... Oh. Because now you can collect... You're not going to get in range to get this cannon minion, but if you like maybe E here or something, I don't know, you'll get in range to get XP. But you've already made the decision to collect this wave. We see Aatrox TPing, and now you think this is like Thresh thoughts again, that we're gonna go from here all the way to here before this fight concludes. No way in hell, brother. Unless you've got a teleport ability I don't know about in the Cassante mid-scope update, there is no way that you're gonna be able to get here in time. So, oh, and now you're walking back top lane. So, we went here to here. Okay, great. We went here to here. Great. But now we kind of just like maybe panicked a little bit and we wasted time. So now we lost a whole cannon wave by walking down here, realizing it was a waste of our time, walking back up here. And now what? We're going to lose this other wave too? Okay, we only lost half the wave. But these are the little things that add up. And I'm sorry that I'm picking so much. But like these are the little things that add up so much. Because remember we had you know, those 5 waves earlier, and now we had like another wave and a half here, and we had like another wave and a half when we picked that initial grub fight at like 5 minutes. All these waves add up, and just from those mistakes alone, that indecisiveness and not being selfish, you are now down over 1,000 gold in just that. Even if Aatrox didn't have this quadra kill, these 8 kills, he would still be down 1,000 gold because of sacking waves for no reason. While Samira gets the kill on Varus and Nautilus, who decide to dive for absolutely 0 reason. Love that. Keep on going.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Hey, we get the tower, which is great. Good. I like this too, by the way. Oh my god, this is great. We're looking top. This guy takes a tower shot, and we've got the numbers. This is the fight we win, right? We have the numbers. We have the advantage. Aatrox worth 1,000 gold. The 700 shutdown plus the 300 from the base kill. Whoever gets this is going to be eating good. And Thresh gets the kill. But why does Thresh get the kill? Let's talk about this here. Let's talk about what abilities are necessary here. And this is why like layering CC is incredibly important. So he gets hooked. You see above his HP bar, there's a bar here. It says stunned. When this bar is over, he is no longer stunned. So what we can do now is use abilities, any ability, and guarantee that it will hit. So we have Udyr who can auto attack, and we have Udyr that can smite. We have Thresh that can auto attack. We have Thresh that can ignite. We have Syndra that queued once, but has a W and an E available now. Okay, we do ignite him. We have W available. We layer the CC, which is fine. But realistically, what is this guy going to do? What happens if we just press Q? Or if we W'd our initial Q on top of him here and then pressed Q again? Is he not just dead? We E here because it's instinctive, but what we actually end up doing is just Eing him into the Thresh cage, which kills him and gives Thresh the shutdown. In really extreme situations like this, where you have one monster-fed member of the enemy team, like Azir, he's worth 700 gold. Aatrox is worth 1,000 gold. I'm going to burn my ult here as Syndra just to guarantee that I get this shutdown. Is it the best because you can like get the kill with other abilities? No. But is it going to guarantee that I get this kill? Yes. And I don't care as long as I get this kill. I do not want anything to come in between me getting this kill or not. There's no objective on the map. There's no Baron for 2.5. There's no Dragon for 3.5. There's no fights coming up that I need my ult for. So I'm using my ult to get this kill 100%. I'm not risking anything because what happens? We shove him through. Thresh gets the kill. And now, yeah, Thresh is eating good. Plus 1,000 to Thresh. And that was a chance for us to come back into the game. What happens if Syndra gets a kill here? She's at 2,000 gold here. But we went Lucidity Ludens. If you're the solo AP threat because Udyr is going AD, you need to go Magic Pen Boots. Just go Magic Pen Boots. The only reason you can go, I think, CDR boots is if you go the, is it like the Nemesis build where you go Seraph's Cosmic Drive, I want to say? But that's not enough AP in this game. You literally just need to be one-shotting people. So go Magic Pen Boots. Yeah, you can go Ludens. I would go like Shadow Flame, Death Cap, Void Staff, or Crypt Bloom instead of Void Staff if you would like. But that feels so fucking bad. And it's not really anyone's fault. We're just not being greedy enough. Right? Like, no one did anything. Syndra just E'd the Aatrox into the threshold that killed him. Whoops, it happens, right? All I do want to admit, by the way, or say at this point in the game, we're past level 9 here, so on our Syndra and on our Samira, we need to be having blue trinkets right now. Cassante, you also have 2 trinkets up right now and only 7 vision score at 18 minutes. We need to be putting our vision down more frequently so we can not get absolutely analed in bushes here. Well, it looks like you have your blue trinket here, but Syndra, you need a blue trinket at this point. There's no way that you're going to be able to walk up close enough to a brush to get done a yellow trinket and not die. All right, what are we looking like?
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, okay. Got a little fight happening here. Good look, Thresh. Oh my god, and then here comes Aatrox, baby. This is Samira's equal level to solo lane Aatrox, though. 2 items versus 2.5 items. But we don't have Grievous, we don't have Ignite. No one has Grievous on our team yet besides Cassante, and he's top lane. And Syndra is bot lane with teleport available. So the second this fight breaks out, Syndra needs to clear this wave. Needs to clear. TP in. You can TP here. You can TP. You probably don't want to TP here, actually. You can TP. Yeah, I would probably TP to this ward right here. You see the Varus, you see the Aatrox, you see Azir. Nautilus and Varus are dead. If you TP here, there is zero way, no way at all that Aatrox kills you here, because look at Aatrox's HP. We TP here early. But now look, we get to the fight, and the fight's already over. The way that you need to think about your TPs is you have one TP to use between like 3 minutes and, you know, like 5 minutes. And this is your get out of jail free card TP. This is if you take a really bad trade in lane, or you want to set up for Grubs or Dragon, first Dragon. You can take this TP. After that, your TP now needs to be used to create pressure in the side lane, which you were doing, but then TP into big impactful fights like this. Because what happens here, if Syndra TP's in here earlier to this ward, you guys kill Aatrox instantly, and now Graves is dead instantly. Samira doesn't die. It's 19 minutes. Do we get Baron now? No, but now we can walk in here and set up vision for Baron easier. Maybe we can rotate top and kill Azir. A lot of options open up, but we have to be using our TP to look for fights like that. Because Syndra even comes in here and gets the kill on Graves. That's great. But what happens if Syndra came in and got the kill on Aatrox and Graves and then doesn't die to Aatrox again? I hope that makes sense. Ooh, super close fight there. And now here's Thresh. Here's the problem though, right? Azir is worth 600 gold. We don't want Thresh getting this shutdown. As counterintuitive as this might sound, what you need to be doing as Thresh is walking up to this wall, lanterning Udyr in, and then hoping that Udyr gets the kill, and if he doesn't, then you just need to let this guy live. Because, oh my god, how does it feel to be Thresh getting the shutdown? Sure, someone's getting the shutdown. The problem is, now the shutdown is available for no one. He loses his shutdown. He is now worth, instead of 900 gold, 300 gold again. And sure, Thresh gets the kill, but Thresh is at, 3-4 items here. We would much rather have Udyr get the kill, or, Syndra get the kill, or Samira get the kill. Now nobody can get that shutdown. So it sounds counterintuitive there, but if the only option, like, if this guy's going to get out with 1 HP, I would rather him get out if there is no one else who can get this shutdown except for the Thresh. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. Okay. Then Aatrox gets another kill, baby. Another kill. Let's go. So he is 12-2. Up 5,000 gold. Pretty strong. Looking good, looking good. Get vision on Dragon because we want to play. Like, we're in a good spot here. We have 2 dragons. The enemy has only 4 grubs. We have 2 grubs. Looks like we stole a couple other grubs. Now look, Dragon is up in 30 seconds. Udyr is topside. Cassante is topside addressing his camps. What does this mean? This means that our play for Dragon might not be possible. So what do we see here? We see Aatrox. We see Nautilus. We see Varus. We see their whole team right here. We see Azir. We see all 5 members of their team. What does this mean? Well, Aatrox is at 3 items here. He is extremely strong. How do we win this fight? It's a trick question. We don't. We don't win this fight if we have to aggress into them when they've swept our vision and we're playing completely blind in this pocket right here. We had a ward here maybe, or a ward here maybe, and we could see something about what's going on, but this ward's about to die, this ward's about to die, and now it's going to be completely black in this area. Excuse me. At this point in time, as a team, we should, like, right about here. When we see their whole team in the pit clearing vision, we now have a decision to make. The decision is, what do we do instead of Dragon? Because we're not going to be able to get this Dragon. And the answer here is in the form of this minion wave. We are going to take this minion wave and just run it down mid, take this tower, and potentially take this tower. We have 2 grubs, we have all of our members here, and we saw every member of the enemy team here. What this means here, the enemy feels pressured in this situation to take a dragon, because if they give us this dragon, we are now at soul point. If we get this dragon, let's pretend there's dragons here, boop, that means we only need 1 more dragon for soul, and now that becomes a lot more dangerous for the enemy to play the game. We get Hextech soul, which means that we're tankier. It's just like all around a better thing. If we get Hextech soul, they're not Hextech, Chemtech soul. Blah, blah, blah. So watch what happens mid lane here. Okay, the mid lane comes completely unmolested. We see them all in the brush, and we're trying to enter in here. We cannot do this. We have no vision. We have no setup. Why aren't we just walking mid? Take this tower. Watch what happens. We walk around. We do a little nothing. We're split. We walk in. We miss the hook. We do a little nothing. And now, oh, we decided that we don't want to take dragon anymore. But by that time, the dragon's already gone, guys. We could have already taken this tower and then moved in. And the cool thing about this is, if we push up into this choke point right here, like let's say we're right here. We take this tower and now we have this space to work with. This space, the enemy, what do they come through here? If they come through here, they funnel right into like a 4-man Syndra stun. If they come through here, well, now we can easily escape. If they come through here, well, now we can fight in the jungle, and that becomes much more advantageous for like Samira, Syndra, Cassante to play the game, right? It also means that Thresh can more easily hit hooks. Is it still okay for them? Yeah, because now we kind of clump for the Aatrox a little bit. But if we CC the Aatrox with like Syndra, Thresh, like Cassante, he's the only threat on their team right now, really. It's much better, and it gets us something on the map. We have to just make a point of no return, though, where the enemy just all shows here, where we take something else on the map instead of just kind of pussyfooting around doing nothing, losing the objective, and then not getting anything for it. Because then what happens? We go mid, we take this tower. This tower is guaranteed, by the way. We have 2 grubs and 5 people that should be hitting this. Cool. Now we evaluate. We get like a ward here and a ward here. Is the enemy coming? If yes, then we can exit and grab Baron Vision and then maybe look to reset here. If no, we can keep going and then choose like our exit plan later. But either way, we're getting something meaningful on the map. Samira's resetting. Pickaxe. Yomu's back to lane. That. Setting up this Baron Vision. We have Syndra bot with TP. We're 1-3-1ing. Totally fine. So like there's nothing to do. A cool thing, by the way, that you can use to think about dragons this game is if you're ever in a game that maybe you get like an early lead, like 1 or 2 dragons, and you guys start to have like a poor mid game. By the way, you guys are only 3,000 gold behind. You're not even that far behind. It just feels really bad because Aatrox is Omega monster fed. What you can think of these dragons is each dragon that you have is like a +5 minute like life timer to the to like the length of the match if the enemy's win condition is soul. So if the enemy is playing for something like this, then that's +5 minutes until like to like the time that you get to stay alive in this game, because they spent that time setting up for the objectives, like taking the dragon, denying the dragon from you. You guys can afford to let them get 2 or 3 of these. That's like what, +10, +15 additional minutes to the game. What happens to this game if it goes to 37 minutes? You guys just stall it out, play for picks, collect side waves, scale up. Samira gets 4 items, Syndra gets 3-4 items, Cassante comes back into the game, Udyr gets whatever the fuck he's building. Or this is looking like this is literally what Riven builds, by the way. Riven goes Eclipse, Sundered Sky. That's funny. I mean, you do a lot of damage. I just don't know if it's like the best build into this team. It feels really, really good. So we can not feel pressured ourselves to get the soul, and instead use these dragons as like additional lives that we can used to stall out the game. So here we are again. The enemy is pushing. They're getting Baron vision. They're here. What are we going to do instead? We can drop a ward right here or over the pit here, and then push mid and take this tower. If they're going to, like, everyone but Azir is here. We saw everyone but Azir. Just push mid, man. Grab the tower. Why are we over here? Cassante, we just saw their whole team walking. You are by yourself with Thresh. You guys are extra cute together. But why are we here? There's no reason to be here. Azir TPs. Imagine with John Lennon. If we're just mid lane, we drop vision, we see them, and then we just push for this tower. Now nobody dies, and now they have to respond to us. Sure, they do probably get Baron here, but none of us die, and we get something else from it. And then maybe they feel pressured to send one or two, and then we can look for a pick. And if we get that pick, then maybe we can use our numbers advantage to transition to something else, like taking the Baron fight from them or something like that. But here's another thing. Okay. We get the tower. Great. And then we see Aatrox hitting this. As soon as we see Aatrox and the rest of their team hitting this, we now need to walk mid and start hitting this tier 2 tower, because no way in shit am I only taking a Raptor camp for fucking them getting Baron. I want something more on the map. I want towers. I want objectives. I want vision. We could be walking up with this wave, clearing this wave with Udyr, hitting it together. But instead, what are we doing? We're walking bot side. What happens here? They get the Baron now. And we still get half of this tower, even when Samira wasn't hitting the tower at all. It was just Udyr here, and he was late to the wave. Imagine we get this tower and we get out. Like, sure, we get a minion wave here, but I think getting a tower just opens up the map more. It gives us more team gold. And then we can exit through bot side, potentially get jungle camps if they want to pressure mid. But we're thinking too narrow here. At this point, the game is going to be very hard to win, because the enemy has just choked us out of so much of the map. So the area in which we're allowed to play is pretty much here. And that sucks, because we need to get farm. We need to try and get picks, because we have like Thresh and Syndra. We have picks, like a pick comp. And from this point, the game becomes incredibly hard to win, because the enemy team has Baron and we didn't get anything from it. So the biggest takeaways from here that I want to see is, I know I didn't talk too much about Syndra mid. That's just because I don't think Syndra's that good of a champion right now. It's more determined by like how late into the game that you can scale her with her splinters. You just, like, once you get like 120, 125 splinters or whatever, you get your full passive unlocked. Champion just becomes good no matter what you have. But for the most part, I just feel like we're playing a little bit of solo queue, and we just happen to be in the same game together. We had an idea of, like, we had a team comp. This team comp functions. I don't hate this team comp, but we fucked up our builds a little bit. We fucked up our waves. We're dropping waves for no reason when the fight's over. I saw everyone do this. I saw Samira do this when she walked from bot to mid river, didn't touch the wave, didn't touch the Nautilus here, and then lost an entire wave. I saw Thresh do this. He was mid and tried to walk all the way bot to save a fight instead of just staying here. I saw Cassante do this when he walked here to here to here to here. And then I saw Udyr do this when he walked all the way into the jungle and died for free, or tried to contest Grubs when Dragon was completely open. So if we're going to do something, we have to look at the map. We have to look at our waves. We have to look at where our teammates are. We have to look at what spikes the enemy has, what spikes that we have. And the most important thing, remember wave states. If we crash a wave, that means the wave is going to bounce back out. So we will not have prio in that lane if we want to contest an objective. But if the enemy bounces a wave and then we can push it out, now we can move first. So that's going to wrap up the end of this VOD review. Genuinely, this team, from looking at it, was not that good. If Aatrox does not get a quadra kill in this game, in this early game, and then we didn't just randomly give him a bunch of other kills, if we neutralize Aatrox and he's not up 7,000, 6,000 gold, we unironically win this game against this team. They were not impressive. You guys got 2 dragons. Still, you got 2 grubs. Great. You got 3 towers. Great. But we just inted because we weren't coordinating. We weren't paying attention to our items. And that's sometimes all the difference is between a average team and a great team. So I wish you guys the best of luck. I feel like you shouldn't feel too down about this. Just really watch this game back and watch parts of this video back if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Feel free to message me on Discord if you had any questions or specific things you wanted to ask me. And best of luck in the rest of your CLL season, guys.